Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's Trey, and let's talk about Snow White because Snow White flopped at the box office. It got us what $87 million opening. They said these are reports. These are reports. I'm not saying if it's true or not, but it did flop at the box office because there were so many videos and so many people I've seen post themselves in the movie theater where there's hardly anybody in there, like maybe 3 to 4 people in there, and I'm talking about during like peak times, like on a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You know what I'm saying? Because people like Perch and your boy Zach was trying to say, "Oh, why does middle-aged men care about the damn movie?" Okay, first off, you little white dum dums, because y'all always want to try to talk when y'all don't know shit. Um, you do realize the target audience is females, and most females don't want to watch the damn movie themselves. And again, think about it. If the white middle-aged man is the one who's paying for the family, taking the family out there, taking his kids out there, if his ass don't want to watch that movie, why would he take his children to go see it? Because there's nothing enticing enough to make him go and see it. When again, a lot of us grew up with Snow White, because that's another thing they like to try to say, oh, now all of a sudden people caring about this movie. No, you jackass, the movie is 88 years old. You get that, right? 88 years old. So think about that for a second before y'all speak. This movie has been in my family before my grandma was born. You get what I'm saying? The movie, we have the original VHSs, we have got the master edition collections and stuff like that. I don't know where my grandma put all of our VHSs, but I know we have a lot of Disney, VHSs laying around the house or whatever. But I think she put a lot of that stuff in the storage or whatever because of how old that stuff is, right? So even before I was born, Snow White's always been in my family. And that goes with like Cinderella and Sleeping Beauty, of course, right? So for you to even sit up here and for y'all to even sit up here and try to say like, oh, people are all of a sudden trying to care. No, there's not all of a sudden trying to care. This movie has been in people's families for decades, generations. You know what I'm saying? I'm part of the third generation from my. No, I'm the fourth generation of my family who has it, because again, this movie was here before my grandma and them was born. So that means her mom and them saw it when they were like mini semi adults by that time, and was able to buy the VHS for it. You know what I'm saying? So don't sit up here and try to tell us that we don't care about the character. We clearly care. That's why there's outrage, you morons. Like, I hate that people always trying to pretend like they don't know the reason why people are upset or whatever, and talking about, oh, it doesn't make a difference. Well, it does make a difference, because why is there so much outrage now? You look like it's just like y'all don't get it. Y'all really try to sit up here and try to defend stupidity. You know what I'm saying? And it's always funny. We're always hearing from white people that's trying to tell other people about like, hey, you're not you shouldn't be upset with this stuff. It's the same thing as like, now you got black people trying to defend these race swaps and stupid stuff. And it's just like, who are you? Who are you to tell it? Because you want some representation, or you want to try to be Captain Save-A-Ho or whatever, or because you have white guilt or something? Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up. And then talking about, oh, I'm not being paid or whatever. You might not being paid, but you get access to stuff. Let's cut the crap. Let's cut the crap. Let's stop pretending like, oh, the reason why y'all are saying this is because y'all genuine. No, you're saying it is because you can get some benefits from Disney. Because when you talk positive about Disney, Disney usually hits you up with stuff. It's like, be so for real, or you get interviews that a lot of us couldn't get. Like, again, be so for real right now. But anyway, the movie made $87 million worldwide, right? Now remember, the budget is over $300 million, right? And again, the domestic is $43 million. So $43 million, and the total is $87 million. That means the international audience ain't really liking the shit neither. And they've been marking up the thing for Rachel Zegler. They've been putting her across the sea to sing and try to be like, oh my God, look at how much we respect the original Snow White. You don't respect the original Snow White. You literally went on there and was like, she's a stalk. The prince is a stalker, and we didn't go with it this time. Weird, weird, weird. And she's not going to be looking for true love's kiss. She's going to become the leader that her father knew she could be. Bitch, what Snow White the fuck is you talking about? You get what I'm saying? And oh. So the prince was a stalker, but a bandit who steals from people and robbed them blind. Yeah, that makes sense for Snow White to fall in love with. Oh yeah. If you guys don't remember, Jonathan, he's not the prince, but he's a bandit, part of the seven bandits that they had removed from most of the movie, because that's really where they were going until people outraged, and bam, they had to put the seven dwarfs in there. Don't let them trick you into believing that the seven dwarfs was always there. No, they weren't. They were completely changed, because that's why the movie's called Disney Snow White. You get what I'm saying? And so Prince Florence, which if you guys don't remember, no, if you go back to the history, the reason why Disney and them didn't add as much of the prince in there is because of the fact that they couldn't animate him correctly like they wanted to. So they cut a lot of his scenes off. But you bitches would know that if you actually looked at the behind the scene features or whatever. Disney really wanted to put Prince Florence in there to entice the reason why Snow White was falling in love with him or whatever. But a lot of his scenes got cut because they couldn't animate him as realistically as possible as they did Snow White. So they took him out because this is the first time they're doing a full length animation. Remember, Disney bet the farm and everything on this shit. So for y'all to even insult that right now is completely stupid. And again, a lot of people are talking about, oh, it's problematic because of the times. No, the fuck, it's medieval. It's medieval. Y'all have to remember, a lot of people didn't live past 30 at that time. So yeah, when a woman hits her a certain age, which is like what, about 10, 11 back in those days, yes, you had to marry her off because alliances with other kingdoms happen, whether you like it or not. That's none of our business. But to sit up here and try to be like, oh, we need to put modern sensibilities into that bullshit. Stop it. That's just how life went back in the day, because they didn't know they were going to live past 30. So remember, you have to secure a husband or a wife, depending on if you're a royal person, and produce heirs for the kingdom. And sometimes you have to marry other kingdoms to create alliances, whether you wanted to or not. It was part of the duty. It's like y'all morons don't understand what it's like to be a royal or somebody who is in duty. Whether we agree or not, you can't just take away someone's duty just because you feel it's wrong. You get what I mean? It's a job that I probably wouldn't want to wish on anybody, honestly. But you have to do what you have to do. But to continue to sit up here and try to say, oh, Florence was a stalker, he kissed her without her consent or whatever. No, they knew each other a while back, and you can tell if you watch the goddamn movie while she's singing a song, "Someday my prince will come." Like, come on now. Or then when they whistle to the bird together or whatever, because they known each other for a while. And then when there was supposed to be a scene where Prince Florence hear about the evil queen, which gets him to travel towards the kingdom to try to find Cinderella. So he was searching for her this whole entire time in the movie. But again, they didn't have enough time to put that into the movie because of the fact that limited budget, limited time, and the animation that they couldn't get for the human male. It's called trial and error. But again, what are you talking about? And then on top of that, you get Rachel. First off, you purposely race swapped Snow White. Like everybody told you to be in the beginning, do not race swap Snow White out of all the Disney princesses. Please do not get political with this Disney princess. And what the fuck did y'all do? Y'all got political with it, which is crazy because Disney actually created a successful Snow White. Yeah, it's called Once Upon a Time. If you really want to watch a Snow White, that is, strong, enduring, a fighter and a leader. Hello, there you go. Jennifer Gooding played Snow White in Once Upon a Time for 7 seasons. She was also the mother of Emma, the main character from Snow White. So, and on top of that, she added nuance to Snow White. She had gave her flaws or whatever, and she made her an archer. Who would have thought that we would have saw Snow White as an archer before? Like, out of all the things to pick, Archer. Like, you get what I'm saying? And it's kind of crazy because people are like, we don't say anything when they make other changes to Snow White. Well, first off, Snow White is in the public domain, so you can make whatever story you want with Snow White. But the Disney one is the Disney one. And if you're gonna remake the Disney one, people expect it to stay like the Disney one. If you're not even going to stay that faithful, then you could have called this something different. Because honestly, with the song called Waiting on a Wish, does that really sound like a Snow White song? No, it's not. Honestly, it's really not, and it's okay to admit it because, like I said before, that song should have been in Moana, or it should have been in, I don't know, the damn movie that's called Wish. Like, y'all want these Disney princesses to be whatever, right? This leader bull crap, feminist, don't need no man nonsense. Okay, create another princess brand then. Like, you can easily do that. It's not that hard. But the problem is, don't nobody want no, I don't need no man's Cinderella. We really, I mean, not Cinderella, but princess. And a lot of y'all who are bad faith actors that are trying to talk about the problematic issues with a lot of the Disney princesses, it's like, bitch, get a grip. Get a grip. For real. You really want to talk about issues with the princesses? Read the original Grimm fairy tale if you really want to talk about the wrongdoings of the princesses. You know what I'm saying? Compared to what Disney did, please. Disney made a lot of these fairy tales look palatable. And the reason why I know that is because I talked to one of my coworkers yesterday. He's a new coworker, and he was shocked and surprised when I was telling him the origins of a lot of the Grimm fairy tale books because he didn't know. And I was like, "What? The school didn't teach y'all? Y'all don't know anything about the library? You didn't even search it?" He was like, "No," because, and he was like, "No, no, no, that's not possible. That's not right." I was like, "No, it is possible. It is definitely possible. A lot of the stuff that you think is for children has never been for children. It's just that Disney was able to acquire it and make it palatable for family." And that's another thing too that y'all need to understand. The movie wasn't target audience was never kids. So this whole thing about, oh, it's for children, so why should you care? No, it was for families. It was for families. It was to bring your family to watch the movies. That's something that y'all need to realize and stop lying to people about. But the movie flopped at the box office. So who's laughing now? Who's lying about numbers? The movie did not do well. And they're trying to spin it. Well, it's doing a little bit better than Mufasa and Warner Brothers Catwoman. Okay. And like, what does that have to do? The y'all latest movie, Captain America: Brave New World, flopped at the box office too. 330 million dollars worldwide on a $500 million budget, because that's, at this point, it's a $500 million budget. You know what I mean? Like, Disney, this is a problem. This is a problem. And you had no business hiring Rachel just because she could sing. Okay, but all her movies that she's done prior, even before y'all cast her, is flopped at the box office. And y'all did this just so y'all can be political. And don't sit up here and try to say it wasn't for a political reason. It was. You were trying to do diversity and inclusion nonsense, and it backfired in your face. And now you looking stupid. You spent damn near $450 million on a movie that only came back with $87 million. So clearly, who watching it? Because the children don't care. And that's another thing too, is that a lot of these live action remake movies that y'all are doing right about now, y'all have taken the characters, y'all have completely destroyed and bastardized them from the original cartoons. But then when you get to the parks, it's still the original characters. So why did you make the live action remakes then? Because that's the thing. People didn't ask for you to do it. Just because we showed up every for a couple of times, and on top of that, with inflation, it was completely different. Nowadays, it's hard as hell to go to the movies, and you're giving me a movie that half-ass talks down to me, destroys the characters, insult my intelligence, insult the children's intelligence, and expect what? A congratulations? No, this was garbage, and you deserve your failure. And anybody else that defended it, go to hell. get mad at a wall because you're stupid. You are stupid. Like, stop with the toxic positivity because it's not going to work anymore. We're sick of it. But anyway, let me know what you guys think in the comment section below, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.